How's it going, guys, and welcome to today's video. Today it is really starting to feel like fall outside, and that's got me starting to think about feeding cows. It's kind of hard to believe, but yeah, that's right around the corner. And then that got me thinking that, man, I really need to get this tractor done because this is the one that I like to feed off of. So I think today we're going to pull it out, pressure wash it, and get it back in the shop over here where I can work on it a little bit better and dive back into this project. That's what we're doing today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. It should go without saying that right now this tractor is not running, but we still need to get it outside. So what I went ahead and did is I way overinflated these tires. I put about 20 PSI in there, which for a tractor tire, that's a lot. I know for a car tire, that would be nothing. That is gonna help it roll a little bit easier on the cement, because what I'm gonna have to do is just kind of grab the lugs on the tire and roll that thing back. I'm hoping I can just go straight back and then make the turn out the door, get it outside where I can wash it. And then I'm gonna have to get it all the way on the other side. I think I'm gonna put it over in the other side of the shop there where the side-by-sides are parked. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I remember getting it in here was not easy. Getting it out of here should be a little bit better. So let's see how it goes. Well, that is definitely not perfectly clean, but I think it's going to be good enough for what we're doing. At least the areas where I know I'm going to be working, I kind of focused on, and I think I got those pretty good. So we're going to let this thing sit here in the sun and dry out a little bit, and then we'll roll it back in the shop and get started. I got the tractor back in the shop now. It's actually been sitting here for a couple days, so it's had plenty of time to dry out, and there's really nothing left holding us back. We can get started on this project. I've got a lot of things in mind for this tractor, but the first thing that I want to do is the 12-volt conversion. These old Fords are all 6-volt, or that's what they were from the factory, and the 6-volt batteries are expensive, they don't seem to last very long, and they turn over the engine really slowly. So I want to convert this to 12-volt so that I'm hoping that the batteries will last longer, the engine will turn faster, and also if I ever need to jump start this, I can jump start it off of anything else out here on the ranch. Because as of right now, this is the only thing that I have that is 6-volt. I've got kind of a rat's nest of wires here below the steering wheel, and I think most of these are going to have to come off. I mean, honestly, I'll probably just go ahead and replace all of them, because as you can see, like that one there, the housing is totally gone, and there's a few others that look like that too. In fact, after looking at a lot of this wiring, it's kind of a wonder that this tractor hasn't burned itself up by now, because a lot of these wires are a little bit questionable. For the old wiring harness, basically what we've got here, we'll just start at the front. So here at the generator, we've got 3 wires that are coming back here to this starter solenoid. We got a wire going down to the starter. This wire would go to the battery when it's here. We've got a few wires going up here to like the key switch, the amp meter, and the terminal block, and then another wire going down here to the starter switch. Pretty much all of these wires are getting scrapped in this project. If they didn't come in the kit, I'm going to replace them anyway. Now's the time to do it. Let's just go all new wiring. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyway. Now that I've got most of the wiring removed, I think that I can go ahead and get the generator off of the tractor. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you guys something that kind of has me stumped. Right underneath the steering wheel here, we have this voltage regulator. But as I'm looking at my plans here, I don't see anything about a voltage regulator mentioned. I mean, maybe I'm just blind, but yeah, I don't see that on here, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Today I decided to email Yesterday's Tractor, which is the company that I bought this kit from, and they informed me that these alternators actually have internal regulators on them, so I no longer need the voltage regulator that's already on the tractor. And I just want to say, I mean, I have no affiliation with Yesterday's Tractor. They don't have any idea about this video, but I just thought it was very cool that I emailed them in the morning, and within like 2 or 3 hours they got back to me, gave me all the answers that I needed to keep moving with my project. So I thought that was very cool, and I wanted to tell you guys. It looks like this generator just comes off with these 3 bolts. The alternator comes with these 2 different brackets and some instructions that are less than awesome. The way that I'm looking at it, I think this piece here, this kind of U-shaped piece, needs to come off. That guy is going to go right there in those 2 bolt holes. The alternator is going to sit here, and this tension arm is probably going to go up here somewhere. Like I say, those instructions are not the greatest, but it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not too worried about it. What I am more worried about, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on camera, that there's a hole here and a hole here. That's where the alternator is going to fit in. These holes are definitely not lined up. I don't know if they're supposed to be that way. I can't imagine that they are supposed to be that way. So I'll bolt this up and, mock it up, see if it works. If it's not working, this bracket is pretty easy to make, or honestly just modify with the holes to get them to line up a little bit. But not super happy about that. Maybe I'll be surprised and it's supposed to be that way, but I don't know. It's just one of those things I thought I would point out. Holy smokes, we got him. Well, the alternator is on there, and I mean, it fits in all. The clearance is really tight on that exhaust pipe. It's not actually touching, but it is really close. And I don't know if it'll show, but the belt's not tracking perfectly straight. I mean, those pulleys are deep enough. It's not going to jump off or anything, but it'll probably wear the belt out a little bit faster than it probably should. So those are the only things that I really noticed that jump out. Creepy. Creepy. Those are the things that really jump out at me as stuff that I'm not crazy about. It's not a deal breaker. I mean, everything's still going to work fine, but it just kind of speaks to the level of quality, I guess, in this kit. With the alternator hanging there on the tractor, I think this is going to be a good place to take a break. So we're just going to call this part one of the tractor build. The next time we visit this project, we'll finish wiring up the alternator and we'll see if this thing's going to turn over. Thanks for hanging out in the shop with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.